It's time to make a weapons tier list. We did a legends tier list and now we're doing a weapons tier list. In this tier list, we're also gonna be including the brand new weapon that Brawlhalla just released, which is called Chakram. So don't worry, even if you don't see the weapon here, like over here, it's gonna be ranked, which I think most of you kind of know where it's gonna be, but you will see where it is. Now let's just start this tier list. How do we start this off? How about we just start it simply just by putting Axe in A tier. Axe is a very solid weapon. It did get a few nerfs like the last few patches, but that doesn't change the fact that the weapon is still pretty good. Better in 2s for sure, but it's still good in 1s. And keep in mind this is gonna be mainly for 1v1s. But towards the end of this weapon tier list I can just move some stuff and show you how the 2v2 tier list would look like. So I'm gonna do that as well. Do we need the C and D tiers battle? I don't even know, but we're just gonna leave them for now. Blasters are gonna go in B tier. Yep, they're just gonna go in B tier. We don't even have to... Do we even say something about this? The weapon is just... Bro, it just needs changes. It just needs changes. It's kind of weak compared to all the weapons. I don't see a reason why you would play blasters. When you have sword, for example, why would you play blasters when you have sword in S tier? Even though it's like right here, I'm gonna put it right now in S tier. I don't care. This weapon is way too good. This weapon has to be in S tier. Battle boots, another A or S tier weapon. I will put in the front of A tier for now, and we'll see later. But let's talk about these weapons for now. Sword. You have everything you need on this weapon. D-light recovery kills, D-light side there kills, D-light downer you can use for combos. You can kill and go for crazy strings with this weapon, and they keep buffing or tweaking the weapon. They don't nerf it for some reason. So yeah, it's just an S tier weapon. Battle boots, again, crazy strings with this weapon. There's a few weird true combos that you can get, 3-hit true combos, and yeah, the weapon is just super good, super annoying to face. You can spam there and hit your opponent with it multiple times. It's so hard to dodge or move out from, like it's a crazy move. And just in general, D-light when someone is off stage is so good to cover. Like when they're trying to get back up, you just spam D-light, and then if you miss, you go N-light and it's instant. Very good weapon. Very good offstage as well. Probably the best offstage out of all these here, currently at least. Bow. Where do we put bow, guys? I would honestly put bow here. I don't think it's S tier. I don't think bow is S tier. I think it's lacking something. The weapon is super good though. It's very good. It's I would say slightly above average. Nothing too crazy, just slightly above average. This is mostly gonna be one of those weapons, or probably one of the only weapons that you can just make people struggle to like land on the stage, because you're gonna be hitting them with N-light, you're gonna be hitting them with recovery, you're gonna be hitting them with nair, you're gonna keep sending them up. This weapon just likes to, you know, send your opponents upwards, and that makes it hard for your opponent to land. It covers landing options very well. That's basically what I'm trying to say. Cannon. I think this weapon, for some reason, I don't know what happened, but it feels like it's so good. It feels you can smack your head on the keyboard and you just go crazy on it. I don't know why, you just do. It is quite interesting, I won't lie. I don't even know what else to say about this weapon. It is pretty good. It has, the moves are pretty fast as well for a heavy-ish weapon, I guess. And the string potential and combo potential you can do with this weapon, oh my god, it is actually crazy. 0 to deaths left and right. Quite literally left and right. And now gauntlets. But before we put this weapon in the tier list, let me just say one thing. Buddy, you're missing out content if you're not subscribed to the channel. So if you're new here, or if you just haven't subscribed, please scroll down and subscribe to the channel. It takes less than 2 seconds and you can do it like right now. And like that, you're not gonna be missing important future content. Or just any content, because my content, it's legendary. Hopefully. I hope. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's continue with this epic tier list. New head of A tier weapon, which I'm debating to put even in S tier, but as for right now, it's gonna stay in A tier. We might move it in a second. What do I have to say about this? I have 3 characters level 100 on the gauntlets: Vow, Cross, Mordex. I kind of struggled there. Yeah, those 3 I have level 100, and they all have gauntlets. Thing is, this weapon is super fun, so yeah, I really love playing gauntlets. Very fun weapon, very good in 1v1s, even better in 2v2s. S tier in 2v2s 100%. But in 1s, kinda debating if I should put it here or here. For now, it's gonna stay here. The combo game on this weapon is unmatched. It used to be even better. That is when it used to be S tier, but now it's kind of falling off just because they nerfed some stuff. And by now I mean some months ago they did nerf some stuff. And this recent patch they did nerf nair as well, so when you miss the move you're gonna be stunned for longer. So I'm not sure if it was that exactly, but it was something about nair. Okay, next weapon is gonna be hammer. Very good weapon. I don't think it's in front of gauntlet, but I honestly, where do we put hammer, guys? I think I want to put for now, I want to put hammer here. I think this weapon is very good just because they haven't nerfed it in quite a long time. All of these other weapons, I'm not sure if bow did, but all of these other weapons got nerfs besides blasters. Blasters didn't get nerfs. But yeah, hammer is just like not getting any significant nerfs or any nerfs whatsoever. And this weapon is just secretly like getting better, because when Brawlhalla nerfs the other weapons and they don't do anything to hammer, they don't change it at all, obviously hammer is gonna get good at one point because the other weapons are weaker. So yeah, this is the situation about hammer right now. Katar's S tier. Oh boy, this weapon is... Oh boy, remove this weapon from the game. Sorry, I need to calm down. But bro, this weapon is so good. Like, you can just do dodge reads on reaction. That's how fast the weapon is. There's only one weapon faster than this, and I'm gonna talk about it in a second. So yeah, Katar's just, you can't really kill with this weapon, sure, but you can get 2 billion damage on this weapon. And guess what? What weapon or what character has sword and Katar's? Asuri. That's why this character was S tier in my Legends tier list. Because sure, you can kill with Katar's, but boom. Asuri suddenly has sword, you can kill. And the thing is, you can even kill it with Katar's if you get a dodge read. And it's not that hard to get a dodge read with Katar's. But yeah, this weapon is so good in neutral. It's so hard to punish. And when someone is running away with Katar's, you're doomed. You're just doomed. It's so hard to play against it. And I think it's one of the only weapons that just quite literally counters a lot of weapons. Like, for example, hammer. For example, cannon. For example, greatsword. I think this Katar's is just good against those 3 weapons. The fuck is greatsword in this tier list? We're leaving Katar's up here in S tier. Debatable if it's even in front of sword or not. I think sword is just super solid though. So yeah. Great sword now. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I actually don't know where to put this now. Is it in front of Katar's, in front of swords, or in between? Who knows? Who knows? Like, actually, who knows? We have 2 swords in S tier. Isn't that kind of crazy? I think I would rather just move sword backwards, honestly, and put it here. I just think the string weapons will always outperform sword, because sword is just a very solid weapon. But it does lack some string potential like these weapons. Even though these weapons do lack the killing option, thing is, characters like Jayan, characters like Asuri, those 2 characters end up in S tier, just because these 3 weapons are S tier. We will put swords probably at the back though, and greatsword is probably the best weapon, or Katar's. Kinda debatable if you ask me, but yeah, one of those 2 is the best weapon currently. And now Orb. Orb got nerfed recently. I wanna put Orb below cannon, even below bow. Do I wanna put it below bow though? I wonder. I really wonder. Somewhere over here is the position of Orb. Maybe over here, guys. Maybe over here. I'm not sure. Let's just put it here, just because it got nerfed recently and both didn't. That's my reasoning. Even though cannon still got nerfed recently, though, but I think cannon is just too crazy. Yep, Orb is just again a solid weapon, but not as solid as sword. Definitely not as solid as sword. So we're gonna put Orb over here. Alright, now it's time for Lance for 1v1s. I would put it here. I think so. I think it's here. I think this is the situation with Lance right now. I honestly think Lance is better than these 2 for once. And it's actually super close to these 2 as well. So if you do this, could be fine. This might be a bit too much, but I could see a world where it could be fine. But yeah, we will leave Lance here. I think the Lance is broken though. Lance is a broken weapon and it needs a rework. The stuff that you can do on that weapon are stupid. You can just mash your head on the keyboard, kind of like same situation with cannon, but even worse. And stuff will work out. Nair, people just spam that one move, and then you have moves like downlight and endlight that come out faster than some of other weapons that are light weapons, unlike Lance, which is supposedly a heavy weapon. Yeah, I think this weapon just needs an overall rework, and I will be happy with it. It's not broken like it's in a way that is the best weapon in the game. It's just a broken weapon where some stuff are broken and very spammable, and then other stuff are probably, let's just say, surely skillful, but not optimized enough, and not by players, by Brawlhalla. Kinda hard to explain Lance situation. Please, Brawlhalla, just give it a rework. We need something that you don't smash your face onto the keyboard and it works. I think Lance, by the way, is also the easiest weapon to learn in the game. Debatable with sword. Might be a bit easier though, because with sword you have to think a bit more. Scythe, I think Scythe has to be like pretty high, guys. Come on, Scythe is is it top 6 or top 5? I think it's in front of battle boots. I don't know if it's in front of gauntlets. Actually, I don't even know if it's in front of battle boots. So somewhere over here is the positioning of Scythe currently. Scythe did get a nerf recently though. It did get a nerf. I will put it here. It is still, you know, the string weapon that is designed for 1v1s. I think it's always gonna be good for once. And even if you were to put it here, it is still gonna be good. Scythe is just a very good weapon for once, and it's always gonna be the case. Is it as good as these three? I don't think so. I really don't think so, bro. I really don't think so. And now for the final, not final, there's one more weapon after this that we're gonna put in this tier list. It's not in B tier, by the way. What am I cooking? Spear. Where do we put spear? Probably in front of all of these, honestly. Probably in front of all of these, and we just put it here. Spear is not a crazy 1v1 weapon. Really, nothing special about spear. There's some stuff that are pretty broken though. Like Nair on spear is pretty broken, and the fact that recovering ground pound actually on spear covers so much is actually pretty insane as well. I don't know if I want to call it broken, but it's pretty insane. They cover so much when you're trying to edge guard or just kill someone up top. Recovery doesn't kill to it though, so that's good. I don't think spear should be here though. I really think this is the position of spear. Yeah, just slightly below average, I guess you say, but not even though it's like the 5th weapon from bottom to like highest. I don't think this is considered below average. I think these weapons over here are below average. If we were to draw a line, maybe these weapons are not even below average though, because you can't really make a tier list when this weapon will go instantly in S tier if it was 2v2. But yeah, let me just let me put Chakram in this tier list now, and we can talk about the 2v2 tier list afterwards. Chakram is in a tier of its own. Chakram is literally in a tier of its own. So this tier over here is basically S tier, but Chakram is in this tier. Literally same thing that this tier is, but Chakram is just better than all these three, in my opinion. So yeah, Chakram is the best weapon in the game. Literally nothing about it. Chakram, like any other weapon, needs to get nerfed. Like any other new weapon, my bad, needs to get nerfed. Because for 1v1s, the weapon is insane. It is the best aerial weapon that I have ever laid eyes upon, like touched. What? You know what I'm talking about. So yeah, Chakram is just gonna stay up here, and it's gonna be the king in this tier list. And if we were to talk about 1v1 buffs, which weapons from here need to be buffed? I really don't think these weapons over here need buffs. These weapons over here. And the thing is, I have to include Lance as well in them, because if you buff Lance, it's a mistake. You're gonna do something wrong, you're gonna make the weapon overpowered or something, I don't know. Well, Lance is kind of hard to get like changes, that's why I think it needs a rework. And now, let's talk about the 2v2 situation and why Brawlhalla can't really buff even these three weapons over here that are a bit struggling in once. Even though Teros is, in my opinion, S tier, and he does have Axe. Keep that in mind. Let me show you why, right? I'm gonna make a 2v2 tier list now. Let me just snap my fingers. And boom. Just like that. With the flick of my finger, this is what I did. I did this in 1 minute, by the way. And if we were to actually choose the S tier weapons here, boom, 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 boom. I think these 5 are the S tier weapons for 2v2s. And then, wait, why is Blasters this low? I mean, honestly, Blasters could go here. And Cannon could go here. And the thing is, with Europe, my region doesn't really play bow too much in 2, so I don't know where to put bow exactly. In front of side maybe, but it doesn't really matter too much. I'm trying to explain to you that you can't really balance some weapons just because they're so good in 2s. So if you were to buff Axe, look, Axe is S tier in 2s. But remember what position they had in 1s? Yeah, exactly, it was one of the lowest. And look, the S tier weapons, what? They're still in C tier? What? No one plays these two weapons in 2s. When I'm saying no one, it's no one. And sure, you can play them, don't get me wrong. But it's gonna be you're gonna be struggling. You will be struggling to combo with your teammate. Hold up, to combo with your teammate. And probably, honestly, Gracewar is here. And if we were to put Chakram, I think Chakram would be here. Honestly, Chakram would be, let's just say, somewhere in C tier. I don't think that weapon is made for 2s. I haven't played it enough to tell you guys, so I haven't played enough 2s with that weapon to tell you. But yeah, these weapons, some of these weapons are just interchangeable. I would say Cannon could just go here as well. Like, this A tier is literally not ordered. It is kind of hard to order it, that's why, because these weapons are so good in 2s in their different ways. Maybe Orb is probably somewhere towards the back, and Blasters is actually very good in 2s if you know what you're doing, but let's move it towards the middle. Yeah, something like this. These 5, again, let me just say, it's super hard to like correctly rate them. I think Gauntless has to be the best weapon in 2s though. The other 4, yeah, pretty hard to rate, but Sword again is an S tier. You guys saw it was an S tier in both game modes. Insane weapon, insane weapon. And guess what? The new character is the best character in the game. Which is crazy. Yeah, this is why it's hard to balance the game sometimes, guys. Because if you buff a weapon, which is bad in 1s, well, the weapon Axe is pretty good in 2s. Same with Lance. Lance has potential to be up here even, bro. The Lance players in Europe, you don't understand what they do in high low. They're just crazy on it. This weapon is so good in 2s. But Hammer, Sword and Axe have just always been a very good weapon in 2s since the release of this game, and there always will be. There's no way these weapons like are not an S tier. I don't see it. I don't see it. Maybe one of them only can fall off, but I don't see the other ones really. They're just so good for 2s. And yeah, guys, this was the weapon tier list. And that's everything for today. So if you enjoyed today's video, then please scroll down and subscribe to the channel. You help me out a lot by doing that, and I can keep providing these epic videos for you. So scroll down and smack on that button right now. Smack on the subscription button. Oh yeah, sorry, I'm kind of losing it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.